All right, it's time to start working on this old Willys. All right, well, I can see the tire's already flat, so. All right, so we gotta address that. We was out of the local place here called Jeepingmo. We got a new starter for it. Got some wheel cylinders. Got a master cylinder coming in. But let me show you why this thing broke while we was in Washington. So took the old starter apart, and the reason why you always want a double nut on these, it's gonna be kind of hard to see. But the bolt there has a metal line running to it. Right there that twisted off. So it's kind of hard to see down inside of there, but this is already gonna run up a tab a little bit, so hopefully the generator's good and we'll get going. So we got to get those lines cut, eventually get a fuel tank in it, get the oil changed. There's a big long laundry list of stuff, easy to say. Alright, so one thing we're going to do is we took the starter out. Big old pile came out from the flywheel area. So we're going to take off this inspection cover. And we're going to see, or maybe we'll just blow it out. Maybe not, because I have to bet it's full of stuff. Redo those big cables for 6 volt. Anyway, that Jeepingmo place was pretty cool. So if you need anything for any of these older Jeeps, the old flat fenders, Jeepsters, these are Willis's. They're here in outskirts of St. Louis. They got a ton of stuff there. Not as much stuff in there as I thought there was going to be. So we'll just get this all scraped off, blow it all off, and get the starter in. So yeah, eventually I had to get in here and get rid of all these extension cords and everything. So now let's get these big old monsters recut and start moving towards getting this thing started. This is going to be our wire cutter for today. One thing I find with these rigid grinders, they don't have much torque. So when you're working with those, you truly got to let it just slowly eat through. Otherwise, it'll be stopping on you non-stop. When I was up in Washington, I had no idea how long I needed to make all this stuff. So we have plenty of leftovers. Now the O'Reilly's up in Spokane, you could go up to aught size wire. That's where I bought all this stuff. The local one here, you can't. They'll tell you several times they've got it, but Till you go up there, you just never know. Okay. And like I said, if you're going to buy one of these, don't go with the So the 6 volts, from everything I've seen, read, and been told, the 6 volts require a much larger cable. It's the old less voltage, more amperage. Now, probably could have got by with a little smaller cable, but this is what they had, so this is what we got. That'll go there. All right, we got to hook this one so we can cut it, and we got to put an end on this one. So I had to buy ends and everything, and a crimper. I think I'll do is I'll put the line on the starter first, then put it on the relay. It'll be much easier. But we'll have plenty of extra. Just a striker. So that's the first part of this. Just crimped on. And then it's just like a plumbing fitting. And that'll just suck that right down inside of there. I need some thicker solder for this. Okay. I don't think the newer synthetics are the same as the old. Motor Oil Geek Show. If you watch his channel, he has a lot of good info on testing and additives and all that stuff. Okay, so we had a wire off on the far side of the solenoid. So now, we got to get the fuel going. We got to change the fuel tank for that. So on the other end. All right, so the nice thing is you can buy brand new, I think they're roto-molded tanks, but you can buy a brand new poly tank. The old one had a big rust hole in the bottom of it. Transfer and or buy a new sending unit, and then wiggle her back up in there, and you're back off to the races. I'm guessing that that's probably a vent. Nope, that's not through. So I bought a new neck rubber piece and everything. So basically, you know, your filler neck gets this piece, and then put the lines back up. Take off the old filters. It probably hadn't been changed since it was new, and then see what she'll do. All right, then we'll just, once you get the bolts out, we'll pull this old sending unit. See what this dude looks like. So we'll clean this up, we'll test it, show you how to test it, and we'll go from there. All right, so to test one of these is pretty easy. You got your center post here that your wires connect to go to your gauge. It just grounds through the body. And then we just connect it to the gauge, or to an ohm meter. And as the float comes up, this is what it is. It's not being good. It's not grounding. So as the float comes up, resistance will change, and it'll give you your level on the gas gauge. So I'll finish cleaning it up and get it back in there, because, well, the new ones, not saying they're bad, but I know this one works, and don't know if the new ones work. So I have to assume I'm gonna have to ground this thing, since the old metal one, obviously you just ground it through the metal. So we're gonna put a ground strap on, at least a ground wire. Worst case, we don't use it, but I don't have to pull it out for it now. And we'll just run this when we run everything else, and if we don't need it, we'll just tie it up. But never have to worry about the tank rusting or anything. Alright, so I got everything in. I got the plugs in here. I got this fiber wrap on all the wires. Thanks, Bill. And the pump's on. Try to get a shot of the tank, but it's tight under here. Let's see here. Oh. So we got the tank in there, and we got the wires all up in there, plugs in there. So I think that'll be a much better install, and eventually all this stuff's coming out of here. Because I don't know how well you can see this, but those are some ugly welds. So it's going to lose its ability to tow, but that's okay. This thing's almost 70 years old. All this works good. Now let's try to see if we can make this thing run. Alright, here we go. She's a running. Had the fuel pump backwards. Alright, so next week we'll do a tune-up on it and everything. We hope you stuck around for this whole thing. It was kind of long. But we got the 57 Willys pickup truck running. Brakes and everything are next, but thanks for watching. See you here in the next video.